All right, Coach, second to last practice at training camp. We'll review of first and second down. What did you see from your team today?
Well, we did a lot. I mean, we ran a lot of plays, and they had a pretty good tempo out here. I just saw a lot of inconsistency, and that's kind of been a little bit of the theme for this season in camp. Our good days have been good. Our bad days have not been real good. So it's kind of been up and down. Put a lot of emphasis today on some special areas, coming off the goal line, being able to take the ball offensively off your own goal line and try to establish some field position, then defensively trying to pin the offense down when you have them backed up. Then spent a lot of time today in the red zone. So those are critical areas in any game. Would be critical areas for us here in our opener up at West Virginia to be able to get the ball off our goal line, and when we get the ball down into the red zone to come away with some points.
How does the red zone practice differ from your normal practice throughout the year?
Well, really what differs is the calls that you're making. You have a game plan that's very specific to the red zone area. As you get closer and closer to the goal line, the defensive field shrinks, so there's less room to execute certain types of plays on offense. So you have different styles of play, quick hitting runs, crossing routes, fast moving routes, pick routes, things along those lines to try to get guys the ball in their hands so they can catch and run with it, because you don't have a lot of field to run by the defense. So the defense is always a little snugger, always have guys closer to the ball, so you got to be able to find ways to get the ball to the perimeter, pick defenders to get open receivers into the flat. Defensively, we change our package pretty dramatically when we get into the red zone, so we were installing that and working on cleaning that up today.
Coach, as part of our countdown to coverage, countdown to kickoff coverage, we're going to be previewing the linebackers today. What are you seeing from that group today? Well,
I think right now we've got a number of guys that we can win with. Inside, Doncell Bolt has had an outstanding camp at Mike linebacker. Chad Brown has been very, very solid all camp long at the Jack linebacker. So those two guys inside, we think we're ready to play with them and win with them. Pierre Tinsley's been real solid, flipping back and forth from Mike and Jack, and Kyle O'Donnell inside. So we've got four guys inside that have enough strength, enough power, enough experience, and knowledge of the system that we feel that we're very solid there. On the outside, I think there's three guys that are really ready to play. Ian Childress on the outside to the field, Wes Cheek into the boundary, and Mike Conley's been able to flip back and forth from field to boundary. So I think we got 7 guys that are really ready to play. Got a couple other guys that are close, Demetrius Ward, Marcus Jenkins. We need to get some play out of one of those two guys to really solidify the position.
Coach, you guys run a 3-4 defense here. How important is a linebackers in the defensive scheme?
Well, really in theory, they're the most important positions on our defense. In this 3-4 scheme, you're asking your defensive linemen to take up a lot of space, to 2-gap blockers. They don't make as many tackles in the 3-4 as they do in a 4-3, a defensive lineman. But the linebackers have got to be the guys that are making the tackles. They've got to be the guys that are putting pressure on the quarterback and making the big plays. Our outside linebackers have to be in the backfield. They have to be disruptive in their play. So it truly is a critical position for us to play the style we want to play.